gosh, that's fine, right? Like, this is not like a major mistake, but just to point out the trend. Oh, pressure on a teammate. Now you and look, like the funny like micro trend is it's a third man rotating back with low boost that I just drew before. So you see it, you have options. Maybe think about that space thing I discussed. Also have the mentality like, okay, if you play risky, no matter if it's an open space or contested space, make up for it with a demo. So we're going to look at Doors replay. This will be RSC scrims. We get a lot of RSC submissions here, which is a casual competitive league. I don't think my brain was firing off on all cylinders this night. Not sure what I was doing, to be honest. This team was stomping us most games, but we started to figure it out towards the end. They played super aggressive, and it was oppressive at times, but a demo or big clear worked well against them. 100% easy fix. Boom the ball harder, demo more, steal more boost. You know, if they're playing the ball well, then try to play better off the ball than them. The mental image I get from this is hesitation. I'm going to try to have an open mind when I watch this, though. All right, we got a door. Grand Champ 1, Grand Champ 2. Let's try. That's fine. I'm just going to make a wee little comment. It's a little thing that makes a really, really big difference since kickoff meta has kind of changed. Was changing a couple years ago and has now changed to stay the way it is. What you just did right here used to be a kickoff meta, like aggressively cheating as a second man. This is not the hardest cheat you could cheat, but it opens up that opportunity. You could also demo their cheater, etc. Don't underestimate like the small detail or the small consistency of scoring this. I mean, what a way to start a game. Score a goal in the first 2 seconds. It could have a really, really big mental impact on the other team. And I know that you like to cheat aggressively. I don't know if you work on these like quick follow-up shots, or maybe if they didn't have a cheater, you have a little space for like a soft touch into a power shot. Miscellaneous. I'm more so pulling on previous reviews that we typically don't capitalize on this goal. I don't expect you to capitalize every single time, but just don't think like, oh, that was close, I'll get another one. Literally get good at this quick pickup 50 follow-up shot. This drive challenge was a bit funky in that like we're drive challenging. Yes, we interchanged with our teammate as a second man, but like typically drive challenges are kind of like a first man thing, you know, like a forcing mechanism, and you drive challenge as a second man and teammates alone. Like kind of weird game sense right there. I don't think we're awkward in this replay like you said, but that was like very, very risky to start the game. Very, very risky. The game sense for this play, by the way, would have been just fake, right? Like, okay, rotation's fine, positioning's fine, teammate's going to rotate back, play the ball aggressively. I mean, you could have played this ball, right? We had the read. You could play it aggressively, or you could fake this, or drive challenge and not like extend as much, but I would not drive challenge here. I would, at least for like Grand Champion, I would strictly limit drive challenges to a first man thing. On an individual level, Door, I think you look fine. Maybe like something was in your head, like you said, but gameplay, like I'm taking out like the emotional context. I don't know what was going on in your head. I think gameplay looks fine. Good demo. Yeah, we'll score from this. Nice job. Yeah, I'm going to probably try to go hard on you since we look fine. We look normal. So, like, we're a second man becoming a first man. Your decision right here is totally fine. Like, if you're able to, you know, control pinch that into control. But, like, your teammate could also play this. Like, maybe you're assuming that teammate's going to lose the boost race, which he does. But, like, still, like, teammate can... It's like, okay, what is the play right here? Some sort of control or some sort of clear. And it's like, he could do it instead of you wasting all your boost to do it. That was second man. The drive challenge before that I semi broke down. It was just a weird play. It was a turn your brain off type of play, which is not, turning your brain off in Rocket League is not bad. But for coaching purposes, second man, game sense, we'll just call it that. Meaning we had a lot of decisions in front of our face. And same thing right here. Like you have a couple decisions in front of your face and it's like, okay, you can make your decision. You can play a back post. You could play a backboard. You could play a front post. You could track more pads after getting your corner and assume that this player is going to clear forward because they have low boost, and you're going to play their outlet as a second man. So you have like a lot of different decisions in front of your face, and we just kind of YOLO it. And then, not calling you out, but YOLO it and fail. Meaning you could YOLO this, and if you could, like, whether this is like controlled pinch into ceiling recovery, into musty flick transition down the field, which is possible for the play, you know, a little control pinch, recover, soft catch into musty transition, or maybe it's like you're literally pinching this ball to hard clear it, or it's soft touch and then you somehow get a control play off the wall for pre-flip air dribble. Like, you could build control out of this, but you got to build control out of it. So we just like kind of like YOLO'd it. I don't mind. Like, that was obviously a set of decisions for the play. Opportunities. The trend is second man. The sub category is choosing more efficient game sense, but also, like, I like our creativity. Like, for example, like, you're not going to get better mechanics. You're never going to learn how to turn this into a control play. Like, maybe the situation's a little bit different and the only option you're left with is this. Like, you won't learn how to turn this into a control play unless you do it. So I'm not opposed to our decisions, but I just get a YOLO vibe. First man looks fine. Off ball looks fine. It's a second man cut, right? Like, second man again, this time a cut. It's like we have low boost. Our teammate is rotating back low boost as a third. Soup in front of us right now. And I don't know what your comms are like on the team. Again, like, breaking down, like, you can cut this. You can cut this ball if you could somehow control it and you had 100 boost and turn it into offense. You could rotate back and get this. You can stay right here and then kind of force it, but don't force it and go and kind of force this guy to clear it and just end up going back still. Like, you have tons of options, and I just feel like we YOLO it. It's like second man midfield, second man transition, second man defense, second man, but I get more of an overall gameplay, game sense vibe where we're stressing ourselves individually to cut or go for crazy ball control, but it's breaking down. And as a coach, I don't know if this is good or bad. Meaning, do we need to put a plug on it right now? Or do we need to keep doing it to learn it, right? Or maybe it's as simple as just like highlighting these options and so you think of more options. I'm not sure. But that's where my brain is with this replay. Nice try. It's good timing, good shot. I like that we beat this defender, didn't force it, meaning like force, we could have scored an open net, but this guy's egoing. We kind of hit it around. Very smart. The other theme tied to all this is aggression. It's like it's second man all over the place. It's YOLO, which you could just call risky decisions. And it's aggressive. Every single, I don't want to say thing I don't like, but everything that, okay, that's a mistake. Or we just made the wrong decision, or we just didn't execute. It's rooted in aggression. Cut, pre-jump, challenge type, etc. You know, I like this. I almost like all of it, actually. I'm kind of getting like, just keep doing this. Like, you go up, and I'm going to keep breaking down options. You could totally let this drop. It's going to land like somewhere over here. If it lands nice, you could one bounce air dribble it, or you could catch it up the wall. That's an option, and I know like we're not really thinking about that because, oh, this dude's going to cut me, so if I take my time, I'm not going to get that opportunity, right? So like option is taking it slow. What you did is fine too, going quick. And I like that you're trying to turn that into a little sidewall double. You could also turn it into a ceiling double. Could have also been backboard double if you hit it right. That probably would have been shut down by their goal line defender. What I'm trying to communicate is like, I like how we're playing. I think it's good for like, we're going to go up for that. So that's good. Like, I think it's good. I think there's a net positive attached to it, even though like these are the the problems. Like maybe it's chilling when we have wide open space, and whenever there's like contested space, we kind of just take a rotation out or play a little bit safer. Like, okay, this is open space, we could play aggressive, but now, okay, now this is contested space, let's just leave. Oops, sorry about that. Let's just leave. Same thing with that play back here that I broke down. It was wide open space. Like, play your risk, be risky, play your solo play. The main problem that's arising outside of like individually, like you're just making a bad challenge, we're putting pressure on teammates, and the trend constantly is freaking low boost. It's a right now we have a second and a third man rotating back low boost, but typically the crossover situation has been a third man rotating back with low boost that is either going to need to get boost or get boost. So the offense is going to have an unattested midfield transition, whereas like if one of these players has boost, they could cut. I think this review style will be more of just like highlighting these moments and highlighting these options, because I think there's a net positive for it on individual improvement. And I kind of like the refining of, we'll go back to this play. If you have wide open space, play your risk, stress yourself, ball control, redirect, whatever, cut, play your risk. On ball and off ball. But then when you have contested space, okay, take your play. Oh, this is contested, right? Like, pretty contested, small area. And what you do is you just rotate out, right? You get your boost and you just rotate out. So like maybe trying to differentiate the two, that's really tough and convoluted and confusing and probably hard to recognize in game. But like on paper, it seems like a solution. When you have your space, play your risk. When you don't have your space, drive challenge, fake challenge, take a 50, demo, steal boost, like more simple, simplifying that contested space, not trying to force it. And then when it's wide open, go crazy. Nice try. But again, the concept, okay, we went for a risky backflip challenge, which, gosh, that's fine, right? Like, this is not like a major mistake, but just to point out the trend, oh, pressure on a teammate. Now you, and look, like the funny like micro trend is it's a third man rotating back with low boost that I just drew before. So you see it, you have options, maybe think about that space thing I discussed. Also have the mentality like, okay, if you play risky, no matter if it's an open space or contested space, make up for it with a demo. And I know, right, like since you've been submitting replays here for a very long time, Door, I know you get that, but just that's how you make up for mistakes in threes. You overcommit, well, add value off the ball. Nice try. That would have been a nice little pre-flip setup. Good job buying time. Why am I saying that? Teammate got demoed, I think. Yeah. It's a really good job like using an air dribble to buy time right there. Good. Really good fake challenge as a second man. And unfortunately, we get scored on, but I want to use this as a good example because we had that drive challenge before. Like, you played a super solid second man right here. Like, we're pushing, we're aggressive, we're in the play, we're positionally threatening. You fake, you don't overextend there. We just, I mean, Ahmed pre-jumped. I'm pretty sure. That's why they... Yeah, see, pre-jumped. Like, you faked, you were in the position to cut the midfield if that player didn't pre-jump. So this was a net positive play as well. Well, I guess negative because we got scored on. But that was good game sense. You were able to be aggressive, yet choose the safer decision in a position to cut and support. That dude just pre-jumped. I like where gameplay is. I like where play style's at. We're still getting opportunities off the ball. I know I kind of chewed apart decision making, but I do like where our decisions are. Like for individual improvement. You won't get better unless you do things, right? Unless you go for the riskier thing. I don't think we're like in a fine-tuning phase yet where we really need to fine-tune how we make decisions. I would just throw it to the wall, see what sticks, and just keep going for stuff. Just think about maybe after the fact, not in the fact, during the game. Am I putting pressure on my teammates? That's really the biggest trend. But if you scrim this team often, I'd say that's a good thing. You don't scrim this team often. I mean, they're pre-jumping, they're competent, they're having fun. You guys, your team definitely kept up with them. Yeah, Dora, good stuff. Forgot you were here. Yeah, I like that. I hope that made sense with like how it's like, okay, we're making mistakes, but I don't necessarily want you to, like, another coach might tell you to, like, dude, stop going for the ball, play passive, play this. But like, I mean, that's how you put yourself in a little box and stop improving. The review style was not like my typical review where here's the problem, let's fix it, or here's our play style, let's build on it. It was just kind of like, look at all these options and keep experimenting with decision making.